I'm not gonna lie. I have been sitting here for 3 minutes, and I just completely forgot to hit the start stream button. So I've been talking to nobody while I've just been sitting here. Anyways, I was just getting the chat on my phone, and I was just in the process of actually saying that. But I literally have been sitting here for that long, which is really funny. But I got it. I'm here now. But yeah, anyways, we're gonna start looking into some of the stuff for this forecast upcoming. Should be started, right? Can you hear me? Can you not hear me? Can you guys hear me? I don't know if you can. Okay, perfect. All right, so anyways, we're gonna look at this forecast here for the upcoming storm system for tomorrow, and I am quite planning on chasing right now. There's two different targets that I'm thinking of right now, and we'll have to see which one I like better. But I have been looking for a little while here. We're gonna go into a couple hours later in the future. My voice is heard. So we're gonna start looking at first. We're gonna look at reflectivity just as like a first little baseline kind of thing. I don't love using it overall, but as you can see, we got this one main storm that's near Toledo and Effingham, and then we've also like this is the main one where you've got your warm front and dry line intersection right here. That storm may just be north of the warm front, but one second, may just be north of the warm front, but it does look like a pretty substantial storm, and this environment is quite good, which we'll start looking at some of the soundings in about a couple minutes here. But right now, it's either between this one, which is about 4.5 hours away from me, or I was thinking somewhere near this triple point, or surface low. But I mean, the moisture's kind of there. You're not gonna need much over 50 to get anything really done here. 51 would do it really up there because these kind of surface low systems, you don't need as much humidity or even CAPE overall. It just doesn't take as much to get stuff going. Like you're only going to need 500 joules per kilogram, but this is a little low. That's what I'm saying. A little higher dew points and a little more CAPE would be perfect for this area. And then also the 3 CAPE, which is lower level like stretching, and that's like super important to these kind of things. Look at this. 200 joules per kilogram of 3 CAPE. Like that's a huge amount for such a small like area like that. And you're right along that surface low. So as we're going to check right now in a second, um, one second here. All right, look at this. So this is vorticity, these like colors right here, and that's one thing that like really allows for low level like stretching in the atmosphere. And man, just look at this. You can see there's tons of vorticity. I mean, we're looking at substantial amounts for severe like weather and tornadoes. And those high volumes of like vorticity like that can really cause tornadoes, especially even on like storms that aren't supercells or like mini tiny supercells. We'll have to see what happens though, but it really does. Like this part right here looks very significant for a potential like a bunch of noodle tornadoes. I'm thinking this is my target right now. That definitely will change when I'm looking in the morning. But that's only like 2 hours from me, so it's like perfect, good terrain. And yes, these setups are very prone to overachieving when you get the right amount of cloud breakage. And I mean, there's tons of 3 cape, tons and tons of vorticity, and those are two of the main things that you're looking for on these kind of setups. But we're going to go look at if you look at the HRRR right here, and we zoom into Illinois and Indiana. Look at the reflectivity. As you can see, there is an updraft like helicity track along this one, but there is a chance that could be up north of the warm front. It kind of looks like it is, just barely, but yeah, we're gonna take a sounding here throughout this little warm sector. Okay, I'm gonna start looking at some of these comments. Sorry, guys. Triple point never fails in Illinois. Yeah, we'll see. Mount Vernon. That might be too far south, but there's definitely a chance of something down there. Enhanced risk? I don't know. Depending on what this last HRRR run shows, it definitely is more possible now. Now, this is down in the dry line and warm front intersection. It's a lot better of a photograph, obviously, and we've got a pretty good 3 cape here as well. I mean, over 200 also, and a lot better moisture content. But these storm motions are like 41 knots, which is pretty fast, but it's also not the worst you could get this time of year. We have decent amounts of shear. It's not a ton, but it's not. It's plenty for what these storms are. If you get to have too much, actually, at this point, it can really start to rip apart the tornadoes, sorry, the storms. If you get too much wind shear with these little supercells like we're going to have. It's a little bit veered, but it should definitely be doable for tornadoes down in that region. And then we've got about 700 surface cape, which isn't too bad at all, especially for this region over here. It looked like the low level lapse rates are actually pretty solid. And that's one thing you usually don't get this time of year. 7.5, yeah, that's pretty good for the low level lapse rates around that region. Now we're going to look at this northern portion when I was talking about. I want to take a little sounding. You're near that surface low area. That's not what I'm looking for. Let me go look at dew point map and get a better one here. I guess I'll take a little point. It's such a small tongue of moisture. You're kind of looking for such a weird little area to find what you're looking for. You get a 50-year dew point. See, as you can see, they're just not as much shear, and they're usually just not as impressive looking. But the point is, when you've got this much cape and that much vorticity, that's where you can really, really, really still get tornadoes to pop out of the storm. And they're not like generic usual tornadoes. They're more like, they're more like land spouty kind of tornadoes. We've got about 500 surface cape. I probably need to take a better sounding. This one's a little bit contaminated. Let's see if I can find one without any. Oh, there's no reflectivity around that area. I don't know why it was contaminated. I don't know why it's so contaminated. That's really odd. Uh, okay. Well, anyways, I'm going to go back to talking about it, even though it's contaminated for some reason. I don't know why it's contaminated. Really shouldn't be. Oh well. Anyways, we've got a lot less low-level shear here, as you can see. But look at that, 25 knot storm motion, which is a lot slower. And you've got a decent curvature of the hodograph on the lower levels of it, which is also something you're looking for. We've got exceptionally good low level lapse rates of 9.1. Like that's like summer levels of low level lapse rates, and that's a huge thing when you're looking at the stretching in the lowest portion of the atmosphere for these low topped mini supercell tornadoes. Even without the like better shear up above, like higher up in the atmosphere, even though there's still some decent low level shear and some pretty solid upper level shear. I feel like it's a lot closer for me, and that really does help out my decisions on it. But I definitely am not going to limit myself depending on like how good this southern part looks in the afternoon tomorrow, because I'm leaving at like 10-ish a.m. from this area, and I'll kind of have time to decide. But you can see that huge 3 cape max along the surface low, which is a big indicator of small, weak tornadoes that are just like can just keep happening along little storms, and they're never going to show up on radar. Like I'm impressed that there's even any sort of reflectivity showing up on this thing. One second, I'm gonna go back to radar scope or radar Omega, sorry. And as you can see, look at this. We actually do have it showing convection, which isn't very common with these mini supercell things. But if you get something like this and it doesn't have an updraft track or anything, and you get convection along a surface low with that much vorticity, like I showed you guys a little bit ago, that's where you really can get your small, weak little tornadoes. And I mean, not many people are going to be on it because they want to be on, they want to be on this area where there's the flashy little blobs and, like the updraft helicity tracks. But a lot of times, these are the places you want to chase for super photogenic, more tornadoes this time of year. And it's like just, I don't know. I feel like this is a really good target area for me to tomorrow. But we'll see. Obviously, it can change a lot depending on how the morning convection is. Obviously, there is going to be morning convection. I'll go over that a little bit right here. So we are going to have some sort of morning convection, which definitely throws a little bit of the fly into the ointment, as some people would say. But that's more for that region down there. As you can see, look how much, if that lingers around too long, there will not be a dry line warm front intersection threat. But this area right here along this surface low is where you want to be. It's a little less influenced by this morning convection, as you can see here. But yeah, this is definitely a good target too. So I'm going to keep looking. Obviously, in the morning, I'm going to make a final decision. Yeah, we're thinking along I-70 is going to be a really decent spot, but also this area over I-172. Sorry, I don't know. I-72. These areas a lot less used interstates, ironically enough. I think it's funny how many interstates Illinois has. It's actually really nice for chasing to an extent because you can get places fast, but it also is like kind of rough. They have so many interstates. Let's see. There's see. That is definitely the best part about Illinois, though. We've got such good chase terrain throughout this entire region. I mean, you got a lot of, other than Decatur, like right around Decatur and just like the lake and stuff, and then around, I think it's the Illinois River, if I remember right, that goes through Peoria. Sorry, I'm from Iowa, so I don't really, I know it's the Illinois River actually, but anyways, a lot of these areas are incredible. Like this area right here, a lot of this area is really, really, really good. Good data. Um, a lot of it's paved and everything. But yeah, there's some great areas around this region. But we'll have to decide in the morning what I think if I want to take a chance with a dry line, which would be a little further from me, but probably a more certain target. I don't really know. I mean, it really all depends on that morning convection. That happens. That's how it's going to go. I mean, I'll be saying that for the next 3 months, that it all depends on the morning convection here. But this surface low might really be a decent shot because I have a feeling that not many people are going to be there. There's so much vorticity, and the low level lapse rates are really, really, really good. As long as we can get 500-ish joules per kilogram of cape and 52-ish degree dew points, I don't know. I really do feel like this is just a really under the radar threat for a lot of areas, and a lot of people are not going to be there. And I don't know. I'm going to talk to a couple of my friends later on tonight that are really, really into like cold core systems, and they are a lot more knowledgeable on that kind of stuff than I am. But as you can see, we got a 5% tornado risk, and there, the outlook was actually pretty strong. Well, instability remained modest. All this blah, 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 blah. It says strong low-level shear with the concentration of buoyancy in the lowest fuel kilometers. Strong vertical accelerations and stretching with seasonably cool mid-level temperatures. So that's obviously some like cold core wording basically. And just as hail is likely. But yeah, a few tornadoes are possible. I really do. I think this is a pretty decent setup here. Let me see. I know exactly. And I'm going to be chasing for radar scope, radar Omega tomorrow. So it'll be a good one to have somebody up that area too. Also, make sure to check out the link in my description if you don't have the Radar Omega app. Download that using my link. If you guys have any questions, I'm very open to like talking to you guys about some of this stuff. There may or may not be rain. I honestly don't know. We'll have to see, I guess. Heck, at this point, I don't even know if we'll see rain. Let me go back to Radar Omega. Omega's a lot better of a indicator, I think, for my stuff. Also, just man, that vorticity is just incredible. That is my main thing. Hey, thank you. That's fair enough. It does take a really long time for videos to render. Got 30 people in here. That's kind of impressive for this 8 o'clock on a, what is it, Wednesday or something? Yeah, Wednesday. But man, there's lots of vorticity. And then, I mean, we're looking at lots and lots of 3 cape. Those are two of my favorite things to look for. And I mean, we've got decent, let's see. As I mentioned before, I don't think you can see lapse rates on. No, you really can't. Lapse rates aren't very visible on this. Yeah, pretty good lapse rates around this region. Open radar Omega again, and we're gonna go look at the 3K model. See what it shows. I haven't even looked at this, so it is definitely my last one that I look at this time of year. Especially this time of year. In the summer months, I do actually kind of enjoy looking at the 3K. Um, but yeah, no, not this time of year. It's not a good model this time of year, really. It's just a little too cold. Yeah, look at this. if you guys can see some of this, look at these little tiny blips that are right along this surface low. You're not going to need supercells. You're not looking. It's a lot different than supercell for. Okay, never mind. This is just way wrong. I don't know why it's showing it that far south. The 3K just doesn't have any clue what's going on. I doesn't have any storms really at all. Anyways, I think we're done looking at the 3K. Now the wrap is one of these other good models for this. Heading out, I'm leaving at 10 a.m. Whether it's going towards the cold core, the surface low, which I guess is technically a cold core, the surface low or the dry line. I haven't decided yet, but 10-ish a.m. is when I'm gonna go. I got all my stuff charging, and I'll throw it all in my bag. I got an exam to make up at 9 a.m., so I'm gonna go do that. I got all my notes right here, actually. I literally was just studying before I did this. Got the student athlete right here. Student athlete, student chaser. It's a psychology exam, so it's really funny. It's not even a math or science one, it's psychology, oddly enough. But anyways, we're gonna go back to this. I don't know why I'm looking at composite reflectivity. Now the wrap model has a lot better moisture tongue, as you can see. We've got dews up to 60 degrees, getting very, very north. If this kind of thing occurs, which it very well could, the wrap is a good model for this time of year. Thank you, I appreciate that. I'm gonna need. Actually, I don't know. This shouldn't be too bad in an exam. 215. Also, if you're new here, don't forget to like and subscribe. As always, I'm partnered with Radar Omega. Go to my description and click that link if you don't have the app already. We are currently at 8:17 p.m. and we're just still looking into the threat for tomorrow. I am leading towards this little bit of a surface low area near Macomb-ish region. It's I think in between Macomb and Jacksonville are my two targets for in the morning to leave at 10 a.m. I'm going to go to. We'll see. I could go to Carthage first. One of those two areas would be the best. And I do have a feeling that this could definitely be a sleeper target area. Not a lot of people are going to be there, and you're just going to kind of have a decent little setup. Otherwise, I will be doing the dry line, which would be along I-70 east of St. Louis. I hope I don't have to go do that one because I don't really feel like driving that far south this time of year. So even if the northern one looks like decent, um, and that southern one looks solid, I'll probably go towards the northern one. But if the northern one goes away and the other one looks good, or if the other one looks really, really good, there's probably a chance I'll probably go after it anyways. But yeah, I don't know. Just with how much 3 cape and how much vorticity there is currently on models, as long as that can like kind of stay, I just have a feeling. Like, look at this. This is almost 800 mixed layer cape. If that happens in the surface low, you're easily gonna like very obviously gonna have tornadoes, and surface base is about the same. So that's my rule of thumb is kind of like if I can get above 52-degree dew points, 50, actually probably 50-degree dew points, and 500 surface based and mid-level cape, I think that's where we really have our chances of tornadoes tomorrow. I'll be live streaming. I'll be live on YouTube as well as the drunk raccoon. Sorry, as well as the Radar Mega app. Let's see. Check out some comments here. Time is the exam 9 a.m. and then I'm gonna leave at 10 or 9:50, I guess. Same thing. Model I was looking at before was the 3K. It's not in on this setup. It doesn't even know what's going on. It's very clueless. Oh, oh, never mind. The 1Z cape is about to, or H triple R is about to come out. So see if it shows for morning convection. Yeah, look at how much morning convection we've got now. This is the thing, guys. If we don't get that to clear out quick enough, that lower and southern portion of this risk may just not really happen. It's going to be a lot harder for you to get anything out of that. Exactly. If the H triple R model is correct on the surface though, that is the place to be tomorrow because we're gonna have a really good chance of like a bunch of little tornadoes. Sorry guys, I'm trying to read these comments, see if anybody has any. Yeah, morning convection, we'll see. I don't know. We're gonna see what this new run of the H triple R has whenever it loads. Doesn't like to refresh in this, which is problematic. Let's see. Oh no, this is 15. You're gonna start seeing what other people have here, or what other models have. I don't know why I said people. Go back to pivotal, and we're gonna go see what the impasse and the RRFS are doing here. Oh man, look at that, guys. Look at that. Right along the surface though, you've got on the RRFS, you've got this little tiny storm. Even with updraft, like an updraft thing showing up. Wow, look at those. It's showing a bunch of them. That's quite rare to see that kind of stuff along a surface though. When you get modeled stuff like that, that's where you really are starting to look good for tornado potential. But like, look, it even fires up by 21Z. And I mean, this right here, this reflectivity that it's showing is like enough to show tornadoes. Like I'm not even like it sounds ridiculous, but that amount of reflectivity on cold core like surface low setups is possibly a tornado producer. Like that's you've got to realize that it's way different forecasting for surface lows than it is like for supercells in general. So I mean, as you can see, look at this thing. It even has an updraft velocity, which is really weird. I didn't expect it to. I don't think I'm going to be able to see the regular RFS. It'll be a while before I see it. But look, as we can see, the old RRFS already also had it has a lot more convection down south, which is fine. I still might go down that way, but it also had convection up here. And then I don't need to see any other impasses. Now this one of the what is this one? The WRF. Yeah, it doesn't really. It kind of has that one little storm, kind of. The 3K just, I don't know what's wrong with the 3K right now. This storm, it's just kind of funky. Rufus. I'm I'm gonna get a dog and name it Rufus. Yes, Illinois is very notorious for February, March, like or sorry, January, February, December, like those kind of tornadoes. They happen a lot, especially February. We've had the last couple of years we've had some really weak tornadoes in Illinois in the month of February. So that's like another reason I'm kind of in like this might be worth it for sure. Just take the flyer shot on it, and who knows? It's only gonna be if I end up going to this portion of it, like it's only gonna be a 2 hour drive for me. So I mean that's like well worth it to try to have a slight chance of a tornado tomorrow. Yes, I agree. And even with morning convection, I think this surface low is gonna have a shot. Surface is gonna have a shot of I have no idea what I was saying, and then I completely forgot it. I'm very sorry, guys. I was talking and just I didn't even think of it. Uh, hey, Alan, I appreciate the $25 donation. If you guys want to send donations, Venmo is a really good way to send donations because YouTube doesn't take money out of that. So I'll actually post a Venmo link in there. I need to put that out more because YouTube does take a lot of money like off of donations. I do, but I do appreciate it anyways. Like obviously, like I really appreciate any donations at all because they really do help. And that it's fine. If you want to Venmo me, my Venmo tag is at White Weather, so just at White Weather. There's no underscore or anything. But yeah, Charleston, Illinois. I don't even know what Charleston is. Where is Charleston? I'm gonna have to search for Charleston. Rochelle. Yeah, my if you haven't already, check out my Rochelle video after this. Took me a while to make. That one did decent on views. And oh, there's Charleston. I don't know. I think Charleston will have a chance at some storms later in the evening, later afternoon. Probably is not really evening. I don't know. St. Louis is actually a really, really good question. I think we're gonna have some St. Louis like early on storms, but I don't think there's gonna be anything tornadic there. Man, I'd probably go, especially if we're thinking that if this surface low comes to fruition, you're not gonna want to be anywhere else. You're not gonna want to be home. You're not gonna want to be anywhere other than that surface low. And look at this morning convection. This could potentially ruin that southern portion of the risk. So if that comes to fruition, you're going to want to be at the surface low, definitely. And as you can see right here, the dews are already higher. I mean, look, we've got 55-degree dew points like snaked along this little moisture tongue. If we're starting to get 50-degree dew points along this surface low, there will be a lot of tornadoes. Yeah, me neither. I'm not driving Indiana, and that's the problem. If I go along this other one, I'll be going to Indiana. I'm just gonna say this really quick. This isn't even like a shout out to Radar Omega. Like I am partnered with Radar Omega, but their like modeling suite thing looks great on live streams. Like this looks incredible. Like I'm glad I have access to it. It is the perfect size. They make the perfect size for like what is it, projection to OBS. So like everything fits perfect, and all my like little face cams in there, and like all goes well. That's not a shout out, but it can be a shout out because I am a partner with them. So feel free to go click the link in the description. But that doesn't have anything to do with anything. I like how it looks. It looks cool. Anyways, I'm gonna go. As I say that, I am gonna go back to College of DuPage website really quick, and we're gonna go to the newest HRRR run. Maybe if it loads. Sometimes DuPage is a little funky. Yeah, DuPage is a lot later. I don't want that one. Oops. Boom. Okay, it is behind, so give it some time. Let's go see. I know it's like actually really, really nice. It just looks really, really clean. And like you can see the town names and everything. It's just like super, super clean. And like, the maps are good, nice amount of contrast. You can see what's going on reflectivity wise. Like, I don't know. All I'm saying is I'm glad I'm sponsored with them. It'll be really good for these videos in the future, or live streams in the future. But we're looking at 70 degrees probably, and these dew points are gonna be incredibly good. If we can actually get dew points into the like mid 50s by 1 p.m., we're gonna be looking strong. Let's see what it showed last model run. Uh, Further south and a little lower, just a little bit lower, but it was further south, which is interesting. Yeah, so we're looking at a decent little chance here for this surface low. I'm waiting for this College of DuPage one to actually load. Takes a while sometimes for it to. All right, let's see. Some morning convection over here. Yeah, they do take a little while, my videos. I will say, like, I think my most recent Eli one took, I gotta say, probably 25 to 30 hours. Rochelle probably took closer to 30. Those are my two longest, like, most amount of time into them. But yeah, no, these recent ones have put a lot of time into it. So once spring starts rolling around, I think the views will go back up. I think it's just right now they're just down, which is whatever. That's just how it goes sometimes. But man, this setup looks decent. It could be really decent. It just completely depends on if this surface level can actually come to fruition, because that's where I probably will be going. So we got a lot. Look at this upper level support. Beautiful upper level support. Upper level support. I got you. I got you. Don't worry. One second. Boom. And zoom out. And go to radar. Radar. Boom. Data overlays. Severe weather. That is funny. Why are there just so many setting around? I don't know. That's actually really funny. Strong tornadoes, I don't really think. I think it's mostly gonna be weak no matter where you're at, tornado wise, or for tornadoes tomorrow. The best chance of a strong tornado will definitely be. Oh, this looks pretty decent. Sorry. Will definitely be this southern portion. If they can get enough of the moisture return and it to clear out pretty well, I think your best chance of strong tornadoes, which I don't really think strong tornadoes is a good word for this, but stronger tornadoes is going to be down there. Because you can see we got our main SPC risk here, which ironically enough, the surface low is not even in it, but that's usually the case. Like once you guys start looking into service lows just a little bit more, that's really interesting because they're like really underlooked at a lot. Yes, they will be very photogenic. Now, these ones down south may not be, but if anything occurs in the service low, it'll be exceptionally photogenic. So, but yeah, no, as you can see, the SPC has their main risk, which theirs is for like property damage and like people impact. It's not for storm chasing. That's one thing people don't understand. But SPC outlooks are like solely for internal use and storm chasers technically, but they're not really for chasing or public. But anyways, we're gonna go back to the model run right here, and you guys can see. I think there will be a tornado down there, maybe a few, but I think that this area to the north is also just the area to the north will probably be more photogenic if one happens, and I just have a feeling that like it's a better target right now. Let's see. Hey, welcome in. Yeah, Kansas City's too far, unfortunately. Yeah, do you think we'll get the next EF5? You like the little 3D view like that? Radar Mega's cool. I'm gonna be honest, like it's pretty sick. I didn't use it much before like they contacted me, but man, it's pretty gnarly. Listen, it's only like $8. If you want to go get it, just click the link in my description. Yes, it definitely be harder for regular people to understand. But like I mentioned before, it's not really for the public, so it's kind of fine, I guess. I don't know. It just gives more data, which is I like more data, but I don't know if I love the new design anyways. I don't know. We'll see what happens when it comes out. But I mean, if you think about it, the companies like Weather Channel and those are like the ones for the public. Look at how gnarly this looks. This is crazy looking. I'm gonna turn off this SPC map. Bro, what is going on? Look at this 3D view. This looks pretty crazy looking. I want to see what the Cape map looks like in 3D. Like what? Whoa. It's a lot smaller. This actually looks really cool. This one's good. It's not like high enough of values that it doesn't look cool. This one looks cool. I like this. Look, I can clean it up too. Boom. It's like a yeah, the hatch stuff is kind of funky. Oh, I appreciate that, man. That's awesome. Dang, we got 5 more members for this month. That's awesome. Appreciate that. I can't remember. That's pretty cool. You guys will be able to see some of my members only content for the next month. That'll be fun. So yeah, welcome to being a member, and I appreciate the gifted memberships. It's always fun. That's a really fun one. I love when people gift memberships because it's really cool to see like people that weren't expecting it to just get memberships. That's always cool. But anyways, I love the like atmospheric river look at this. Look at that. That's just like really visually pleasing. That's really cool. Sorry, I'm just nerding out over what it looks like. I'm not even talking about the weather anymore. Okay, due page is about to be loaded back. I'm just waiting for it to update. Just trying to. I need to shave again. Sorry. Very random comment. What's his looking like? Hard to hard to judge when it's that early. Yeah, it looks exactly identical. Never mind. Yeah, it looks like the aurora. That is actually a good observation on that. It's a good point. Let's go see what some other stuff looks like on this. Lexington, Kentucky. Let's go look around and see what we see here. That's a good question. Let's see what the SPC map says. I don't really think you guys are very much in it. You're just barely out of it. I don't know. I could see it happening. I really haven't looked that far east to know for sure because it's going to get dark pretty quick. Maybe. I don't know. I probably say no. Just like, small areas, it's always hard to actually just forecast one little area, but I don't really think so, but you never know. Man, look at the 3 Cape map right here. It's insane how much 3 Cape we're going to have. That's what I'm saying. The 3 Cape is like our really big driver for this severe weather tomorrow. I mean, you've got values of like over 200 right here. I mean, that's pretty crazy. Next models come out in a little bit. We'll have actually another one here pretty soon. Can you see? Yeah, you can see the weird writing. How do gifted memberships work? It just picks like 5 people at random. Like legitimately, like someone just gifts memberships and it just gives it to 5 people. So if you guys want to gift memberships, you can give 5 random people members for a month if you want it. But it's always fun to see for me because I like to see I like having members are really fun to interact with sometimes. Oh yeah, that's true. You do have to have accept memberships on. I don't even know how you do that. I can't remember. But anyways though, no, yeah, it's always fun to see a bunch. I actually like my handwriting. I don't know. Sorry, I'm gonna bring out my notes for my studying again. My handwriting's not horrible for like a dude, but it's not great, obviously. I actually write in cursive a lot, especially for this class. I usually write my notes in cursive, so it's really funny. For my math classes, I write in regular because whatever. But like my psychology class, I ironically like write in cursive, which is really weird, but I just do it because it's quicker to take the notes and also just I like having the differences between, you know, classes so you can kind of tell by just looking at it like, oh, this is not a math class, so I'm doing cursive. I don't know. I think it's really weird, but it makes sense if you think about it, I think. I don't know. For a dude, yeah. No. I'm thinking I'll probably go live around noon, maybe? We'll see though. It might end up being earlier. These kind of surface low ones are really early sometimes. You should definitely make a Greensburg video. That'd be cool. I made a Plevna one recently, so something like that. Yeah, that's so far away. There's no way I'd go from probably over like 5 hours, 5 or 6 hours. It's just not quite worth it. Like for me, it's 3 hours. 2 hours for the surface low, which I think I'm going for, and then 4.5 for the dry line, which would be good, and I might go to it still. But yeah, I wouldn't drive super far for this. It's a little bit too legendary home pay. But yeah, anyways, it's definitely yeah, I know. I chased with my mom for so long. You think tomorrow? I could see it happening. I don't know right now. I think they'd wait till in the morning and wait till that morning convection gets through, but you never know. The HRR run was pretty strong overall, like realistically for everything. I have a feeling they'll probably expand the 2% north, west, up towards the surface slope, but I don't know. Who knows? I never know what the SPC is going to do, but that's fine. SPC are people too, so they definitely they make their own decisions. It's not up to anything else. And I don't, it shouldn't be up to anything else. It's up to them. Okay, if we're looking at this new model run, you're seeing a little, oh wait, no, never mind. Looks like a little weaker of vorticity, but I think it's just a little funny because it's not as, expand that 2% to SPC or people too. Yeah, you guys can quote me on that one. Someone should clip that thing and quote it because that's actually kind of funny. SPC or people too. Anyways, I don't know. I'm excited for this thread. I think it'd be a good one. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Jeff Frame, I would definitely trust his kind of thing too. And it's between those two right now, and I will decide in the morning. It's definitely not a tonight decision. It it's a tonight decision I am chasing. I almost guarantee I'm chasing. So I will be out somewhere tomorrow, I think. I just would rather be here rather than here. But surface load, the best part about them is you really can see it in the morning. You'll like really know in the morning. Because like right now you just can't tell anything about surface loads whatsoever. It's fun just talking to you guys about this too, because I mean, It's fun to have somebody to talk to about this weather right now. I was gonna call some of my friends that know a little bit more about cold cores and stuff later, so see if that goes. Maybe sometime I'll have them join a live stream like this. It'd be kind of fun having them on a cold core one because they know a lot about it. Loaded points. Do you think some of those models that showing morning convection is overplaying it? I'm not sure. No, I think Chicago would be too far north. I don't know. It's hard to say with morning convection and dew points because morning convection can actually help dew points to an extent, which is really interesting because it leaves behind like wetness, in the ground. I don't know. I feel like the morning convection sort of aids the moisture to an extent. I just do think will need like 52-degree dew points for tornadoes up northwest. Down there, they're going to get good dew points either way. I almost guarantee it. I mean, every model's been showing upwards of 60-degree dew points, which is absolutely enough this time of year. SCP. It's a good point. I've been making some graphics recently about like how I should do this. I like making graphics. They're really fun when you're doing. Actually, yeah, I could make a graphic right now. I think it'd be kind of fun. Let's see. I might take a screenshot of this and then we might just make a graphic. Nah, I don't know. I am gonna try to lock in for you guys tomorrow. We'll see what happens. You never know. I'll be where I think the tornadoes are gonna be. That's all I can do right now. They're definitely sleeper events. I do think this is a very, very sleeper event that most people aren't gonna expect. People are gonna be like, "That's pretty cool," meet with Royals. But a lot of people are like, "Oh, tornadoes." SPC highlights this. Boom. This is where your highest chance of tornadoes are. Maybe a little bit of chance of a strong one. Likely nothing absolutely insane, but you could always get a significant tornado as possible. But you're going to just not expect it, and then bang, service flow goes off. A bunch of little tornadoes, little noodles, and photogenic tornadoes that people don't expect. I do think, yeah, EF2 definitely in the regular region of it, this is probably a chance of something down there. But this area up here is where you're going to have your chance of your photogenic. Yeah, exactly. Be where the tornadoes are going to be, which might be further south, and I just don't know yet. It'll be completely in the morning. I'm going to decide whether or not the north or the south option. I would much rather be the north one because, frankly, I don't want to drive 5 hours for a conditional threat. I'd much rather drive 2 hours for an even lesser conditional threat, honestly. But yeah, these are the two areas right now. If I had to choose, that these are the two main areas. You've got your higher 3 Cape vorticity along the boundary up here. If we go to the 3 Cape here again, look at that. That's a big maximum right there. And that's around the Macomb region. And that'll be about 3 p.m. right here. So Hannibal-ish at 3 p.m. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Land spout stuff, that's what you get around these areas. And last year triple points did. A lot of times triple points do pan out, but there's a lot of times they don't do anything. So it's kind of it's a slippery slope. It's definitely taking a risk, but I feel like it's a very like validated risk at this point. Yeah, we got 52 people. That's kind of crazy. I'm impressed by 52 people at this time of night on a forecasting live stream. I'm excited for this season though. I'm really excited to keep expanding everything and seeing how many people we can get to watch stuff now. Having a lot bigger of an audience with more subscribers and stuff makes it really fun because people really engage. Let's see. I'm gonna go take some soundings. See if I can find any decent ones. I don't know if we're gonna be able to find any great soundings up in this triple point. That's the one other thing. You just don't get very good soundings out of these areas, so it's hard to like giant noodles. It's true. Yeah, see, that's not a very impressive sounding, in all fairness. It's just really hard to get soundings. Oh wait, next hour is what I'm looking for. That's what. I know. It's crazy. It's been so long since I've storm chased. Oh, there you go. That's a lot better of a curvature at the lower level portion of the atmosphere. 24 knot storm motion, 164 joules of 3 cape is crazy. 8.5. Wow, lower level lapse rates are ridiculously high for this time of year, which the rest of them are pretty poor actually, but the low levels are incredible, which is really all you need for this time of year. That's a great point. I don't think there are. I'd have to look. I'm trying to think if Google Earth maybe is the best. There should be the river. I don't think the river would have anything. Yeah, there's nothing there. Like, and dude, I promise you though, this area looks pretty good for a lot of different things, but it's just not a lot of moisture. But you don't need it as much when you're this time of year. I don't know. I'm gonna be fighting in my brain about where I'm gonna go until I leave Kirksville tomorrow. But look at that, just man, look at that vorticity right there. A vorticity 3 cape overlap. I just can't ignore it. Sorry, I'm gonna go back to Google Earth. Okay, I'm still on Eli. All right, so if we look at geographically, turn off the stuff, clean. All right, yeah, you guys can see this. I don't really think we're gonna. There's not really any geographic stuff. I mean, the river is geographic, but I don't really think that's gonna do anything. Yeah, really. Just reading comments. Best part about this kind of chase is that if there's a tornado, it'd be super weak, so I can get exceptionally close. Actually, it'd be slow moving and weak, so it'd be like the best of both worlds to like get right up to that thing and just be able to actually chase it and not as be as like a little bit nervous about it, which is the most fun. That's why I always like the late summer chases because a lot of those are the ones where you get a lot of like slow moving storms, and they're a lot of those are big supercells, but exactly that's what I'm also saying. Down there is Down there has a little bit of inversion. It's got a little bit of the upper level temperatures are just a little bit warm. I mean, there's a couple things going wrong with down there, which is why I'm really hesitant to thinking that, yeah, if there was a lot more moisture too, it would be potential for a major outbreak. There's a lot of things, you always can say if it had blank, it's going to be 10 times worse, but you can always do that. So it's hard to an extent, it's hard to say that. Okay, let's see what the RRFS. Yeah, look at this, guys. We've got a little bit of, oh no, it's the old one. Never mind. Sorry. Yep, there you go. Same thing. Look at those little blips, that little blip down there. This looks crazy too. I mean, this is incredible. Now, that's a little more about somewhere I would go because that's somewhat of a similar, that's close to the surface low anyways. Yes, low cloud tops. Let's go see what this one shows. This one shows little storms in the along the surface low as well, and that's what you're looking for. You don't have to see very high reflectivity. Exactly. The Rufus is like really kind of like always an up-end ceiling. I'd say the ceiling's like 20 tornadoes maybe. 15. Like I don't think it's like a lot, and probably 15 with like max EF2. I think that's kind of your peak for tomorrow. Along that dry line and warm front intersection, you could get an EF3 plus, but it'd be really hard pressed to find one. Um, Yeah, I think like 15 tornadoes is kind of your max. It just really depends on if both areas go off, you're going to get 5 to 10 up here, you're going to get 5 to 10 down here, and just in the middle, 15. I think that's kind of your max is 15-ish. Not saying I think we'll hit that. Like I don't know. I can't even give you like an estimate on how many I think will actually occur, but yeah, exactly. There's a very good chance there's going to be under 10, but I could see up to 15 if everything goes right tornado wise. But yeah, I don't know if we're gonna get any new. I don't think we're gonna get any new model runs anytime soon. Otherwise, I'd wait for them. Let me go check. I don't think anything's like pending. I guess we'll check the WRF. I think we already did though. This was kind of funky. Some of these models are just way off the like what even is this? Like I I'm not. I don't even know what that is. Like what is it even trying to say? Both the Rufuses are doing decent. They have a fairly similar solution to the other models, which is good in that regard. It's good to see a little bit of agreement overall. It's got a decent little setup down there, but like a couple people said, it's always more intense down there. Filler models, kind of. Some of these models are like, I don't mind the impasse models, like actually at all. They're fairly solid models. They were good last year, but they still do have their quirks, that's for sure. The HRR is by far and away still the best. I actually really enjoy the wrap too. It's really good for seeing the environment, especially this time of year on these like cold core kind of systems. It's actually fairly reliable for getting a decent environment. It does show a little bit of the higher end threat other than just like your low end ones, but like as you can see, it's good for cold cores and triple points. That is for sure. If we get upwards of 1,000 cape and 56-degree dews, we're going to be tornado timing tomorrow. So that might be a little unrealistic, but it's also really good at placement other than mesoscale feature disruptions, which is kind of a big deal. So it's not great with placement unless you know there's not going to be too much. And there is going to be stuff. So it's kind of like, it's quite impressive sounding too, really. Yeah, it doesn't. I'm probably not going to be streaming for too much longer. Yeah, I kind of agree. It wouldn't be, chasing would be nowhere near as fun if it was like, just easy and you could just, you know, if anybody could chase, it wouldn't be as fun. That's just how it is, which obviously it'd be great if every single time I chased I could see a tornado, but in a way it's kind of better. Otherwise it would get tiring and there wouldn't be people doing it. I don't know. Yeah. That's where your enjoyment of chasing is. Yeah, Winterset was just a more like synoptically impressive setup. This one just doesn't. I mean, to be fair, it doesn't have this one doesn't have enough moisture. If it was 2 weeks later, like March 5th was, it could be that level kind of thing because I mean that was March 5th, so that is 2 weeks further into the future. So that's where you start getting more moisture. I think photogenic ropes are going to be what it is tomorrow if we get one. It will be a photogenic rope if there's anything in this region that I'm chasing. Down here, you could get up to like a big bull funnel wedge kind of thing, but there's a chance it's also like a ropey kind of tornado. But I up here would certainly be tornadoes, like without a doubt. But I have a lot of decisions to make in the morning. I'm gonna wake up early. I like getting up really early on chase days and just kind of just being prepared for everything. Yeah, man, it's got a potential to be a pretty good day for my first. Oh, excuse me. For my first chase of the year. I'm waiting for this next wrap run here. Yeah, that is southern Illinois and other Indiana and southwestern Indiana are the two areas for the stronger tornadoes. But not probably more photogenic is the only thing. There's still a chance I end up there. We'll see. I'd prefer to be north, but I'm gonna go where the best chances are, and that could very well be. Sorry, I'm just looking at stuff really quick. Anybody got any other stuff to say? I'm gonna stream for just a little bit longer. I want to see this next wrap drop, and then we'll probably be done because we've kind of killed it, kind of beat it to death, I guess is a better way to say it. We just kept looking at stuff. But that's how you do it. You know, you look at stuff continually and then you figure out what you want to do with all that. But I'll be waiting till the morning to make any real decisions. Let me know. Hold on a second. Wait. So, watch this. Apparently, well, I turned off the chat. This is going to be scary. All right. Time to show you guys what I'm talking about. Oh no. Snowfall event. 11 inches of snow over Omaha on the HRRR. This isn't some like GFS run. This is the HRRR. It's okay. It's almost a foot of snow. Ah, it's on the backside of the event. There you go. Makes sense. Look at this. Big snowfall event. Is that starting tonight? Yeah, that starts tomorrow morning. Oh my gosh, look at this snowfall event, guys. I did not realize. Wow, that could be a major snowfall event for this area. And most people have no idea about that. Like I didn't even know. Okay, that's insane. Look at this heavy snowfall too on the like west side of this system. On the way back, I'm gonna get hammered by snow. Yeesh. I did not see that coming. Go drop the go back to the chat. Is there not? Oh, am I not? Shoot. Sorry guys. I can't believe that. Look how heavy this stuff is. Wow. Look at look at this insane snowstorm. What in the world? I'm gonna be driving back in heavy snow. Look at how this thing projects through here. Okay, but you guys didn't even see it. Watch this. Look at this. Omaha. There's a foot. There's a foot somewhere in Omaha. What in the world? I gotta do the 3D map. I bet it'll look really cool. Ooh, that looks sick. Look at the 3D map with the snow. It's low. I like the low ones. They look cool because they're just like tempered like that. Look at that. Wow. It looks like mountains. It's really funny. That is absolutely insane. What'd you say? Yeah. Dude, yeah, I'm definitely ready for snow. Or I'm gonna pretend I didn't say that. I'm definitely ready to chase storms tomorrow. I don't know why I said snow, because I was looking at snow, I guess, but snow, whatever. I like snow, but I'm ready for tornadoes tomorrow, hopefully. We'll see. Weak, little weak tornadoes in open farmland. That's what it'll be tomorrow. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, the 3D views are pretty gnarly. I like saying gnarly. It's really funny. I ironically say it. Don't worry, I don't actually say gnarly. I only say that on live stream. Look at that though. That's pretty cool looking. Like, did this just come out of nowhere? Like, what happened? Was this on the last one? I really don't know. Like 18Z, did it show it? I have to assume it did. Yeah. Nobody said a word about this. This is tomorrow, guys. This is tomorrow night. I'm gonna make a post. I think I'm gonna make a post right now. What in the world? Wow. Gnarly into a video. In a documentary, that'd be insane. Night, Patrick. Is good to see you here, but what? What? What is this snowfall event? What? Nobody said anything about this anywhere. Like I just posted it on Twitter finally, but um, apparently we have a snowfall event, and nobody said a word about it. Like I really don't know what's going on. I can't believe that's been overlooked. It's crazy. Look at this. Anyways, wow. That's 6 p.m. Thursday. That's like the next day. That's not even that long from now. What in the world? How has nobody said a word about it? Like, I really don't understand how nobody's said anything about that kind of. It's a major snowfall event for that region. Oh yeah, look at this wrap run. Oh yeah, 800K, over 100. It's pretty interesting. Looks like it's shifting west, which is intriguing. I wonder if the whole event will try to shift northwest like it has been. Like, yeah, wow. Look how powerful this moisture tongue is to the north now in this wrap run. Bro, what is this spamming right now? Bro. Okay. That was 800. I banned or I timed him out for 86,000 seconds. 86,000. I like it says seconds. It's really funny. Anyways, this sounding's pretty legit for a cold core. 138, which obviously is going to be much higher than that. That wrap's not as good. 8.4. This is like a good cold core sounding or surface low. 86,000 seconds. Boom. There we go, guys. I like how this looks on the wrap. Look at this. And even the like low portion looks pretty good on the wrap. Like all of it does, which the wrap isn't probably the best one to look at, but for these kind of setups, it's not that bad. The surface low right there. That's ridiculous looking. Okay. I don't know, guys. I really do think there's a really good chance for some tornadoes tomorrow. We'll see what happens. Obviously, things can change. Ah, did it again. Sorry, guys. It's so hard for me to know. But like, this is a decent sounding for a surface low area. But you guys got to keep in mind when you're forecasting for surface lows, you're never going to see some of that stuff. Any shifts, I think northwest is probably the most likely. But yeah, this is a surface low sounding. Look at this little bit of curvature in the lower portion, like you want to see. But overall, just 800 cape is plenty. 52 degree dews, incredible. No capping inversion, slightly curved through the mid levels. 27 knot motion, pretty slow. Good low level lapse rates. Yeah, my test is in less than 12 hours. That's fine. I already studied. We'll just study a little more before I go to bed. See if the HRRR can load one last time. Even though it's not going to show anything really. It should 20Z is not terrible. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. It could be a good chase day. Could be a good chase day. Could maybe not be. Who knows? That's how it always is. That's the fun part about chasing, like I said. What's our peak viewers? 56. That's a lot. That's a lot of views for a random uh, live stream right here. Anyways, guys, I definitely don't forget to like and subscribe if you're new here. I'm still gonna be on here for a little bit. I'm not ending it, but still just watching this as it loads in. I just want to see the HRRR load one more time, and then we'll call our quits. What is that? What does that mean? What are jewels? Welcome in. Still just watching as this loads in. The makeup brush. I'm really confused by what that means. I've never I've never actually seen something say jewels like that. I've never seen that before. I'm puzzled. It's really funny. But welcome in. I don't know. I really don't know about 10%. I could easily see it. Like it does seem like a setup that very well could warrant one in the southern portion tomorrow. We'll see. I don't know for sure. It just completely depends on morning convection. Obviously, I can say that every single day I chase this year, that it just ends up on morning convection. Um, I don't know. Just waiting to see when this next model run goes. Hey, welcome to being a member. I appreciate that. Always like seeing new members. It's always fun. If you guys want to become a member as well, I do a lot of like early behind the scenes kind of things. A lot of my chase video, like day of chase things are on my members only stuff. I don't put anything that's like major onto those because I don't want to like take away from the regular viewer, but I still like, I will say that there is a lot of content on members only that is extra if you want to happy poop. Like what, I don't even know what that means. I've never seen a jewel means. Like I'm so confused. Is that like a super chat kind of thing? I really don't know. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But yeah, I really appreciate the membership. If anybody else wants to become members, I appreciate it. And I do try to make a decent amount of members only content. Welcome in. We got another one. Oh, I will say the EF0 level is only $1 a month. So if you want to get into the entry level, it's on jewels. I'm so confused with the jewels are. I have to like, I'll have to look into that. But we got 7 new members from this chat because we got a gifted 5 members and then we got 2 other members. So I really appreciate that, like tons, like guys. I really do appreciate that. And Alan hit his 21 month. He's getting there. I know. I make this whole stream and we do all this, and tomorrow doesn't do anything. That's how it goes sometimes. Okay, that does make sense that you would have to be on a phone. Weird. That's funny. I've never happy poop for 10 jewels. That just like looks funny. But anyways, I really appreciate that, guys. Let's see. It should be loading here soon. Whoops, I just opened Microsoft Store. My bad. Could be studying, or I could be doing this, which I already studied, so it's not like I need to study, but need to study anymore. Got 45 people on here still. I hope to see you guys all tomorrow too on the live stream. We'll be live. I'm thinking around noon is when I'm thinking I'm gonna start. Noon Central. and we'll see where it goes from there. I'll probably start before I'm actually like on storms or like storms even fire, just so then even if nothing fires, I want to like kind of I want to be out there and ready. 53 people, I think that's nearing the maximum we've had so far, so we're really starting to get back up there. That's crazy. Yeah, I hope to see you there, Alan. I know you live in Illinois, so it'd be a good chase local for you. Oh, see ya. Thanks for tuning in. I don't know. There's a chance of 10%. I'm just not sure. We'll have to see what happens in the morning. It is a good question though. I could see it happening. It's enough. The upper level support and the synoptics are strong enough. If we get enough moisture and the like a couple other things go right, there is definitely a chance for I could see being a 10%, maybe not 10% significant, but 10% risk. But always so, significant could obviously happen as well. I'm still just baffled by this snow event that nobody's been talking about at all. Like, what are we doing? I think that's insane. Like, it's crazy. Yes, tomorrow will be very interesting. 20 joules, a party hat. I'm so confused. I can't go see this. Finally, they issued a winter storm warning. What in the world? I can see it going enhanced. I do think there's definitely a chance. I don't know. We'll have to see what it looks like in the morning. I'll keep saying that, but that's the only way. That's usually the only way they'll upgrade to enhance is when they, say in the morning. So, and that's where I pick my chasing target. So, but it's not because of the SBC. I rarely I like to read the SBC discussion, but I don't really look at the SBC map for like direction. Like I'll obviously look at the SBC map. It's obviously they know what they're doing, so I prefer to know what they're saying, but I don't like use it as my only decision maker. Welcome back. Whoops. I love the 3D thing. It looks so cool. I'm pretty excited. This should be a fun one. I think it'd be a good chase. And if not, it'll still be fun. I'm glad we did this tonight, and then tomorrow will be fun too. SBC lives do matter, and they are people too. SBC people are people too. So you got to remember that. Winter storm warning for Omaha. I guess I'll have to go look at that now. I accidentally opened the National Weather Service Des Moines, but that's fine. I can. Ah, yep, they did. Wow, that's funny. We were just talking about that. They were watching my video. Wow, their forecast doesn't have any snow really. What in the world? Winter storm warning. What are they saying? 4 and 7. That's way lower than the HRRR showing, but I mean that's fine. That's probably more accurate. But man, crazy little snowfall event. I'm glad I don't live in Omaha. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Oh, new NATO cast. I gotta go check this. I am quite curious to see what this NATO cast looks like. I bet it's really, really weird. I'll show it to you guys after I get it looked at. Oh, that's a big brown blob. Boom. Oops. Put it above everything. There it is. It's a big blob. Swansea? I don't even know how you say that. Let me go look right now. I'm not sure where it's at. Someone tell me where it's near. But welcome in. Thanks for tuning in here. Always appreciate to see new people around this area. Anybody know what town it's near? Yeah, you could definitely tell the blob was trying to get out of these, so let's look it up. Swansea. There it is. Oh, eh. I think this place will probably be just out of the reach for the storms tomorrow, personally. I think it'll just be west of everything. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, and I appreciate the question. I always like answering those for you guys. Chance of a 10%. Oof. Ah. I've talked about this a couple times, but I have not given a percentage. I don't know. Give me like, it's just so hard to know because you can't guess without knowing tomorrow morning stuff. If I had to give a percentage, I would probably would say like 30, probably 30% chance of a 10%. I mean, it's my best guess. I don't really think it's that high though, realistically, just because it's just not there yet. It would have to be something that happens in the morning. I know I saw that Detroit actually had a severe thunderstorm warning, which is insane. Probably get one of the first tornado watches of the year around this area, or the first, I guess it would be. You think 45? I don't know. That might just be a touch high. We'll see though. I wouldn't be surprised, but I also wouldn't count on it. 81 likes on the stream. Appreciate that, guys. And 7 new members is crazy. If you guys want to become a member as well and see all the like behind the scenes kind of stuff for being a member, it is only $1 a month. So if you want to see all those behind the scenes things, $12 a year could get you that. So it's always funny to promote it because, you know, I don't know. I don't like promoting stuff, but it's I don't know. You got to say it sometimes. But yeah, I will be live tomorrow in Illinois somewhere, whether it's northwest or central or southern, I guess. I don't know. Apparently uh this stream goes out as a short stream, like a vertical stream as well, which I want to see if I can find it because I want to see what it looks like. Which I think that's kind of neat. You can like double post it nowadays, so you don't have to do anything. Working with Max Vlogs. Yes, I'm really excited to work with Max. It'll be really fun. Chasing, I've been chasing for oh 5 years, 6 years. This is year number 6. Wow, it's year number 6. That's crazy to think about. This is my 6th year chasing. Wow. Yeah, I'm really excited to jump into working with Max and also, um, I know I went with my mom for so many years when I couldn't drive. I'm actually in Kirksville, Missouri, so just south of Iowa. This is where I go to college right now, um, during the school year. Hey, welcome to EF1 level. I appreciate that. We've got 8 new members tonight. That's incredible, guys. I really appreciate it. It was a really good way to get started for chase season, so I really appreciate that. It's been a fun stream. I did not realize that um, posts can now be seen as, or um, what are they called? There you go. I guess you found a neighbor today. Passion for chasing, that's a great question. I love answering that question because it's really fun to answer. So, ironically enough, I used to be like really scared of the weather, so like absolutely terrified of it. Like I could not like stand hearing about a thunderstorm like that was coming because I just figured a tornado would come wipe out my house or something. So just like over the years, I just kept getting like more interested in it, and like by the age of like 8 to 10, I started making like little weather book things and stuff. And then I just like dove into just wanting to storm chase. I watched the old TV shows, all that kind of stuff. And read Timmer, the old Reed stuff. My favorite person was actually Sean Casey in the Storm Chasers show. I will say that. I will always say that because he was definitely my favorite by far. But yeah, no, that was where I got all that interest for storm chasing. Exactly, Fear the Unknown. That's what did it. Oof. Plainfield, yeah. It's quite a place to live. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. It's always fun. Weather's best friend. Um, but yeah, I always like meeting some new people, especially these kind of live streams where I can really interact with you guys. When I'm chasing, I definitely attempt to interact as much as physically possible, so like I still will. And tomorrow, I've got those little clip-on mics. I'm absolutely ecstatic to be trying those out this year. No, I was not at the summit. I couldn't make it this year. Maybe next year in Kansas City, I'll have a chance of making it. We'll see. But anyways, what was I saying? Something about meeting new people here. It's really fun on these ones because I can really interact. Yes, he definitely was, and I think that's why I like Sean Casey the most. I like that he did videography. That was my favorite part, but I also like that he just kind of went after it. I don't know. Yeah, the movie Twister definitely. I watched it a lot. It didn't get me into it, but it definitely was like a top couple things. Like it's up there for one of my reasons. Dude, this snowfall is ridiculous though. The fact that I just had no idea that there's gonna be like 5 inches of snow. I know, poor Sean. He's not been doing very well at all. What? 2,000? Yeah, check out the new HRRR run. This moisture tongue looks way more impressive. I know, Max is so good. Storm chasing, I don't know. I do it as like a sort of half part-time job right now, all YouTube and like storm chasing. My favorite thing is photography and videography. I love making like multimedia content for you guys. Like that's one of my favorite things is like the social media aspect of chasing where I can like get the footage and the content and then make stuff with it. I think that's really fun and I think that's my favorite part of chasing. Obviously like seeing and being on the storms is absolutely incredible, but I really enjoy the social media aspect and like being able to make stuff with it. It's really fun. Yeah. Yeah, so that's my plan right now. I'm going for my math undergraduate degree here, and then after that, I'll be going to either Iowa State or OU. I haven't decided yet, or Texas Tech, one of those couple, to get the master's degree afterwards is my hope. We'll see what happens. If everything goes really, really well in the next 3 years 2 years before I graduate here, I might just dive into like the meteorology space otherwise, before getting that stuff, and then like kind of build with it and like do it over time more so. But if not, then I'll go right into like grad school and get it done then. Man, the snowfall streak is crazy. I cannot believe it. There's gonna be this much snowfall. Over a foot over there. This run's got to be a little juice. There's no way they're going to foot anywhere near Omaha. Just can't. I just will not believe that. Snow mixing the hail. Yeah, that'd be really funny if it just doesn't snow now. After I look at these pillars, the 3D map looks crazy. Like if you can just scroll around, like look at all this random snowfall. Yeah, I that's really weird how early some of these tornadoes or supercells are forming on this new model run. I'm gonna go to it on Omega. I go to Truman State. Yes, I exactly. I'm in Calc 3 right now, which it's been hard. But Calc 2 and 1 I actually did like really good. It was not too bad at all. Calc 3 is a little harder for me right now. But I go to Truman State, so actually not far from DuPage. I feel like this next run, this 18Z model run, has been a little more south, which is interesting. But we're still just watching this moisture tongue right here. I am watching this moisture tongue because this is where you're going to see your best chance of photogenic tornadoes. And then if you're looking for supercellular tornadoes, they're going to be along this warm front and dry line boundary down here. If you guys can see that. And then, yeah, see somewhere around this region is where you're going to want to be for this. Yeah, snow is the absolute worst thing ever in the entire world to forecast. I do it for my local regions on Facebook because like people really want to know about snow, and they do really like well on Facebook. And man, it's the most brutal and just like terrible forecasting you could ever do because people are so mad when you're wrong too. Like it's one of the worst. It'd be awesome. Have fun with that. That'd be nice getting back to college like that. OU's a good college. I've gone there a couple times for visits and stuff. It's fun. I could definitely see myself there at some point. Hmm. Yeah, but this is my thinking right now. Like something along the lines of this. I'd say this is like a 2% risk area up here. Like something like this is basically like a 2% risk. And then this is your 5%, obviously, this down here, without a doubt. And I think this is a lot more generalized of a features instead of the big SPC map that has like the big 5%. But it obviously depends on what this morning convection does, because this is only at 19Z, so this will move north. And once we get to like later on in the model run, which you can't see any later because this is when the max is out. Um, but if you go back to the 0Z one, so watch what this does. It trends just a touch to the north. Welcome in. Yes. Actually, no, it's about the same. But by about 3 p.m., this is where you're going to be looking. So for this map, it is a wild looking triple point. All right, so we're going to draw again for you guys. Show off my computer art skills. I don't really have any. I just funny to say that. Yeah, that's true. It would be hard to watch storms from over there because that's like crazy. It'd be a crazy difference in timing. Thanks for tuning in though. Being over there, that's pretty cool to watch some of this stuff. That's probably too far south. Let's do some little bit of drawing here, guys. Actually, nah. I think I'll just leave this how it is. There we go. Look at that. That's what I call art. That's not a very good placement for the L. Stinks when the warm fronts are the same color. I'll just do it in black. Struggling with the L. There, close enough. Actually, white probably looked better. No, not even a little. Gray? No. Oh no. It's gonna take me forever to get it back again. Close enough. Alright. There's the art. I will say though that your two target areas tomorrow are there and here. If you want tornadoes, this is your this is one spot right here. What's up, guys? Welcome in. You either go with a triple point if you're more that kind of person, if you're less trusting in stretching features and like little more hard to find mesoscale features. I don't blame anybody for going this way. This is a good setup down there too. Uh, but yeah, and then the northern ones for people that are a little more taking a risk, but a little more photogenic chances. We'll see what happens. I don't know. I haven't decided for sure yet. There you go. Yeah, wonderful masterpiece. All right, bye bye. Bye bye, masterpiece. Yeah, moisture. Look at the Gulf. Landspouts are so hard to forecast. I've also never had luck forecasting landspouts at all. It's pure luck, I feel like, to an extent. It's like a lot of luck. Not pure luck, but like 85% luck probably. Yeah, time to go swimming in the Gulf. I don't know if it's a real cold core setup as much as I know it's a surface low one. I can't remember what the classifications for a true cold core are. There's some temperature that it has to be at a certain height, and I don't remember exactly what it is, or I could check. I'm not loving that this look pretty low right now. There you go. When even NATO cast is 0, that's impressive to get something. Storm mode's actually supposed to be quite supercellular. The wind shear, the wind vectors are going to really make sure of that. I mean, we've got some great upper level support for that. Cold core is whenever you have cooler mid-level temperatures, and then usually like along these kind of surface low boundaries like this. Not a formal definition, but that's a simple like best way I can describe it definition. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It just all depends on what it looks like in the morning. Yes, cold cores are very, very hit or miss, but they also funnel. Yeah, that's crazy. First one, that's really funny actually. But they're really hit or miss, so it's hard to know till the morning of. Yeah, I've been live for a while actually. I've been live for an hour and a half now. It's kind of actually insane. But we've just been talking about tomorrow. There you go. Had a good time. We've been having a pretty fun time just looking around, seeing what's going on. Yeah, we're almost at 100 likes. Liked on two accounts. 8 new members is insane, guys. I really appreciate everybody for tuning in, but I appreciate the members too. But I appreciate everybody for just tuning in the first place. Like, I didn't expect to get this many views and people watching tonight. This is kind of just the. I will definitely plan on doing these. I'll just keep doing these. So, the night before a lot of chases, I will plan on from now on to do these kind of things and get you guys into the loop of what My thinking is I think they're really fun and they're really good way to interact with you guys. Go look at that, I guess. We've about killed this. We've about looked at everything we needed to for this. So we're gonna start looking at some other stuff. 3D is a little too sharp. There you go. Start doing some live coverage streams. That'd be if I don't chase sometimes, maybe I will in the future. Probably not that much though, but maybe. Let's see what velocity looks like. Nothing there. All right, let's see. What have we got? Echo tops. Curious how high the echo top. Oh, wow. Oh no, it's not that high. I don't know why the color thing is quite boosted. I know this whole region around this area, like between Detroit area and New York, should have maybe had a marginal risk. Been quite a bit. Quarter-sized hail. Getting that preview for tomorrow, I guess. I don't know. I know. I just saw that sounding. That's kind of crazy. It's quite a crazy sounding. That the rap is pretty on board with the triple point. We'll go look at one more time. Rap time. Why am I looking at supercell components? Not what I meant to be on. 900 cape, 133 cape, 55-degree dews. Like this is all kind of stuff you want to see for these kind of setups to do anything. Yeah, look at this, 54-degree dew point, 113 3 cape, well curved low level portion of the atmosphere. Very solid photograph, very good upper level shear. A lot of things going for you here. I know I saw that. That's kind of insane. I'm glad he's all right, but man, that's rough. Ah, I forgot the ramp has vorticity on. Oh my. Look at that, guys. Let's go look at the 2Z run. Uh, and loading. Sometimes do pages not my favorite. Why is it not loading? Oh dang, I forgot the wrap only runs on oddly like weird numbers. Oh wait, I think this has vorticity. Surface vorticity. Surface vorticity. Does it? I don't think it does. Where is the surface vorticity? There's gotta be. I can't remember if there's a surface vorticity in the. I don't see it. Is there just not a vorticity thing in Pivotal? I don't think there is. I've looked quite a few times and there's just not like a low level vorticity one. Yeah, I think that's stupid. There should be a surface vorticity. It's pretty helpful for forecasting. Oh my gosh. But yeah, that's why that's the only reason I use DoPage sometimes is purely for the vorticity. Like I'm not even kidding. Like I don't use it otherwise. That's the main thing it has on Pivotal and everywhere else. But man, look at this. This is crazy looking. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I think we're gonna end this stream pretty soon, though. We still got around 42 people, though, so I'm still gonna talk for a little bit, but only need 4 likes until we're at 100. So if you're new here and you haven't liked, don't forget to like. I don't have a ham radio. I don't. I have weather radios, though. 2 more likes, guys, and we're at 100. That's way more than I thought we'd get. Like, I'm 100% honest. I really didn't think we would get. I didn't think we'd almost get to 1,000 views, too. That's kind of absolutely insane for this kind of thing. One more like, guys. Oh, someone said we did it. Oh, we must have, because a couple people are saying we did it now. Didn't update on my end yet, but it should. It will. It doesn't tell me that, but I'm assuming since you guys set it up, I'm gonna take your guys' word for it. So appreciate that, guys. Guess what, guys? You ready? Also, I have another thing. There you go. Maybe I'll do another one tomorrow. We'll have to see. We'll see. Maybe on the live stream tomorrow, I'll drop another 5 for you guys. We'll see. Can't tell you for sure yet, but there's a might be a good chance of it. If we get a tornado tomorrow, I'll definitely do it. I'll probably set like a super chat goal or something. I don't know. If it hits like, I don't know, 10 super chats of $2 or higher or $5 or higher or something like that. I don't know. Something like that, and if that gets hit, I'll throw 5 more out for you guys, but I appreciate that. We've had 13 members this chat, because 5 from that, 5 from another one, and then we had a couple other new ones, so I appreciate that. It'll be fun to interact with you guys on the members only stuff. I'll probably be giving 5 more out tomorrow, so you definitely want to tune into my live stream before the chase tomorrow, because I will be streaming quite early comparative to what time storms are going to be. I'll probably be streaming an hour or two before the storms are actually going. This storm looks really funny on radar now. It's obviously not going to do anything because it's not like actually rotation. It just looks like a funny baby hook. As far as I can tell, I don't see anything that indicates any sort of rotation on it. I'll check the different tilts, I guess. Doesn't look like anything. But yeah, I may be giving 5 more members out tomorrow. So let's see. Yikes. I bet you probably have gifts allowed. Um, it's just it's really rare to get one. Like it's actually like really hard to get it. Like it's pure luck. You know what I mean? So I think it's kind of hard to say for sure. You know. I mean, I think I could be convinced to give 5 more out. I don't know. I'm trying to decide if I got like two or three, two more like members, like real members. If I give out five more, I probably would be open to doing that. Like right now, I probably would do that. If I got two more regular members, I think I would give out five. So that's up to you guys, I guess. Because we're at 13 for the live stream. So if we got two more, then it'd be at 15. And then five more would be 20 for the live chat, which is kind of ridiculously high. But I think I would do five more if you guys get if two more people become like true members, like pay in for the membership, I will give five more out. How's that? There's my deal, guys. I'll do that tonight, or I'll probably do that tomorrow too. So either way. But yeah, appreciate you guys for tuning in here. Don't think we got any new models or anything coming up anytime soon. It's true. It's only only $1 per month. If two people do $1 per month, I'll give five more out. Yeah, I'm gonna go to bed pretty soon. I'll give you guys 3 minutes. Otherwise, I'll probably give them out tomorrow anyways. So don't feel obligated to do any of this. And obviously I'll give them out tomorrow. So I'll give you guys five more tomorrow. So don't worry. If just try to be at the stream because you will be in the running to get a membership if you are on the stream tomorrow, which I'll start at noon. I'll probably give them. I'll probably give. Let's do like a kind of a set time. I don't know, like 12:30, 1. I don't know. We'll see. I'm thinking something around that is when I should give those out. But I'll be giving five more memberships out tomorrow, and I really appreciate everybody for watching, liking, subscribing, everything tonight. If you want to download the Radar Omega app or website, make sure to click my link in my description. And yeah, it's been a fun chat, guys. I really appreciated all you guys for tuning in here. All right, 2 more minutes, guys, and I'm gonna call her quits and study a little more, and then go to bed. Be ready for some chasing tomorrow. Yeah, this is a really fun thing, guys. I plan on doing this like almost every chase day now from now on, just because I really enjoyed it and like to interact with you guys. So from now on, like this whole season, I do plan on like every night before a chase, I'll probably do it. I'll see you guys all tomorrow, hopefully. And if not, I'll probably see you in the next live stream. And remember, tomorrow, if you join the stream at like near the beginning or middle of it, like 12:31, I'll probably be sending out five more members. So, but anyways, good night, everybody, and thank you all so much for tuning in. I had a great time here, and I think we got a good amount of clarity on how our storms chasing is going to be tomorrow. Definitely going to be trying to go along this moisture tongue right here, and if not that, then probably will be in southern Illinois area. So I'm thinking, draw this one more time. All right, it's 9:50, so that's it, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you guys for watching. Let's see. All right, let me try to end this thing. I do like that I made this little setup for everything. It has a little Radar Omega logo. It's got my subscriber count. It's got the little face cam. So I made all that. So I'll have that for every time. 1 second. I want to end on something cool looking. Got to end up on the 3Cape map. Bang, look at that. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna actually finally end it for now. I'll hopefully see some of you guys tomorrow. Thank you all for 100 likes. We got to it. But yeah, anyways, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you. Goodbye.